I just love my pond. Coming from a large family, it's nice to have a place of my own.
Welcome to a tiny little magical kingdom called Bithaca. Well, hey, today's blog is all about Winnie Sasquatch and Itty Bitty Water Dragon. Adventurous first meeting over in Hampton's Frog Pond. I thought I'd walk you through the process that I did to put all of this together. Although it was loads of fun, it had a lot of challenges in it, y'all, and I made a lot of mistakes here. But I learned a lot also. I hope you enjoy. The first thing I did was to write my first 10 stories. Then I drew all the characters and the background sceneries and pasted them in the book. This was not a bright idea, y'all. Well, that's because when I went to go take pictures of them to put them in iMovie, it had all the lines of the notebook on them. And that wasn't what I wanted at all, y'all. My daughter had bought me this for Christmas, and it was so I could trace things I have drawn and recreate scenes. Honestly, I have no idea what it's called, but I do know that it is a USB light box for tracing, and it is just awesome, y'all. The next thing I did was gather up the information I needed to draw all my characters. But in this case, I'm going to show you how I redraw them. I sure am learning as I go. And on the next 10 stories, you definitely will get to see me draw the characters. Fresh. I needed to draw Hampton's Frog Pond and all the characters that were going to be in it. This is Hampton Frog. And here's Itty Bitty Water Dragon. And this one is Darwin Sasquatch, that everyone calls Winnie. I'm just going to apologize right now, y'all. I was holding my iPad with my left hand, trying to draw with my right hand, and everything kept moving out of place. Well, here we go. I'm a tracing, doing pretty good, and went a little blurry, but I was still good. I remembered to add in those little creases to make them look like they're smiling. Now I go for the eyes. I just love this little tracer thing, y'all. It is absolutely wonderful. Ooh, I drew some skinny arms here, didn't I? And down we go. Kind of straighten that toe out. And I gave him the straightest toe humanly possible. It's not supposed to be that way, but it doesn't look too bad. Oh, almost forgot his little lower lip there. Alrighty. And now you pull it away to make sure you didn't miss anything. And I got everything. Looks really good. Alright, now for the next part. The pond. Sometimes when I draw, I notice when I go to retrace them, I get a little too detailed, so it takes a while to retrace, but it was so fun actually drawing it. Here I go. And I'm going right out of view. I apologize. These are rocks for the pond. I trace nothing when I draw the first time around, because I like to be original and I like them to be mine. But like I said, it's the easiest to draw the first time. The second time, not so much. So this little light box thingy is a blessing. It's either this or just photocopy them, and I don't really like that. I think this is much better. Ooh, it's a lot of bricks. And what it is my light box wasn't as big as my paper, so what I do is I just scooch it over, and you'll see here in a little bit, and then I draw some more. As long as nothing moves on you, you're good. Y'all like that close-up? I apologize. You see a little shadow there I kind of drew? When I go to color it in, that's when I put that in. And it's just to make the log look like it's up out of the water. Okay, back to some more blocks. I drew round ones, I drew square ones. I tried making all different sizes, following what was on the porcelain thing that I put out there in the village kingdom. I'm not really sure what to call that. Oop, where'd it go? There we go. Most of the things I have out there were bought at yard sales. They were given to me. Um, they were passed down. I have a gnome out there, I swear, looks just like my father-in-law. I absolutely love that thing. He has laughed at it for years. I waited so many years to write stories, and it just seems so odd that I'm finally doing it, and YouTube is helping me. Did I draw that line? I have to go back and check. Looks like I missed one. Let's see. Ooh, close up again. Let me tell you, that iPad after a while is heavy. Ooh. Oh, am I going to catch I didn't draw that line or not? I know I do eventually, either here or, when the thing wasn't looking. No, looks like I still didn't get it there. Okay. My goodness, that iPad is heavy. Whew. The next thing I did was to glue my drawing with Elmer's glue onto stock card paper. Make sure you've glued all up to the edges so that when you lay it down, it sticks really good. And then just press. My plan is this will make them stiff enough so that when I use them out in the garden, they can stand up on their own and I can take wonderful pictures out there, bringing the characters a little bit to life instead of being so flat on the papers. Like this one here. See how well they stand up? I plan to do that to all my stories in the future. You're going to see them all over Bithaca now. Yep, the next step is to color in your pictures. Well, as I really didn't think anybody wanted to watch me color this whole thing in, I did a little bit, and then I stopped and colored it off recording. Ta-da! Magically, it's complete. Of course, once you've colored everything in, it's now time to cut everything out. Ooh, look at how sharp them things are. All those rocks gotta be cut. And you gotta cut in between. Well, now we got everything colored and everything cut out. Here are all my characters for this story. Aren't they cute? And the pond. Well, it's here somewhere. There it is. Now, what I want to do is stick them like they're in the water. See that little slit right there? And there's one right there. But when you separate it, you see the white behind. So we got to fix that. And you fix that by taking another piece of cardstock and coloring it the same color so that the white won't shine through the slits. Now, you don't need a color at all, but you do need a color enough that's, the height of your slit, your last one. Oh, that's a lot of coloring. I'm getting close. Okay. Now we need to put it on the back. And make sure it's hidden so it can't be seen when you glue it. See? So that when you flip it over, there's no white showing through the cracks. Now, we've glued it. See? All nice and glued. But not all of it. And this is so I can slide the critters through the slats and not, get stuck. Slits. Let's see. I put in Hampton and his one. Look at that. That is so cute. Now it's time for Winnie. And yes, I was having a hard time. Now, make sure the feet aren't sticking out the bottom. Look there. Push them back. Now it is time for Itty Bitty. Yep, I'm holding it again. This left me one-handed. No, that was not going to work well. But I tried. And tried. And got frustrated. Well, I'm no quitter, so I try again. I wanted to get the tail in first, but it just wouldn't work with me. Oh well, I straightened up Hampton. Looks pretty good. Not exactly right, but it's okay. Um, well, what y'all think? Not too bad. And it kind of brought it to life a little bit. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, you will see a little bit of plastic. My daughter came in, raised up my iPad that I had on this little wooden easel, freed up my hand to get really good pictures. Look, I can now use both hands to put them in the little slots with ease. Oh yeah, now she shows up. In my house, we call her tech support because she is just wonderful with ideals and solutions, and it is just amazing, especially if it has anything to do with electronics. There we go. I got the tail end first. That's where I wanted him, itty bitty, to be. Look at that. Looks like he's down in the water. Just what I wanted. At this point, you could take your picture and put background behind it, like grass. I had two different kinds that I had used on other pictures. I put this in front, but it really didn't look good. So I put it behind. There you go. Wow, that looks really good. Now I put the pond on the grass. Woo, now it's a poppin'. Now, in the garden, Hampton's pond has a brick pathway leading up to his pond. And I actually had one of those. Look here, y'all. Now, you can put bushes, you can put weeds, you can put rocks, you can put sand. Literally, you could put anything. But I am trying to stay with the scenery in the garden. I thought I'd put these here, but they just don't really look right. I don't really like them, but I tried it. That seam up there between the grasses is driving me crazy, but the little bush didn't work. Oh, look at there, y'all. That did it. I like that one. Let's see if I got another one. Yep. Cover that line up. Oh, that looks good, y'all. But I still don't like them bushes right there. And they're gone. Maybe if I just turn them long ways and put only a couple on there. Let's see. Well, y'all get the general idea, right? Well, that ain't bad. What y'all think? Well, now that I've got these pictures drawn, I can put them out in the garden and take all the pictures I want, anywhere I want. Because I've used cardstock, look how well they stand up. You should always remember, after taking them outside and you've taken all the pictures you want, to bring them back in. They are paper after all, and the morning dew and the weather will destroy them. Y'all, I sure hope this helps somebody. It was sure nice spending some time with you. Y'all come on back for our next adventure. We'd love to see you. Until we meet again, be kind to one another. Bye now. We sure do thank you all for tapping those buttons. Like, subscribe, and share.
May the magic of wonder always fill your heart.